What's up, peeps? Welcome back to Moreno Boxing TV and Ohara Davies YouTube channel. If he's gonna put this shit out, I don't know if he's gonna put this out.
I'm gonna put it out too. But guys, I must say before we start, I just bought an egg sandwich. It's the best thing I ever had in my life.
After sparring, so nice. Listen, we were sparring today. We're not gonna say who we were sparring, but we were meant to do 10 rounds, and the guy told us, like, I think it got to round 6, and I was like, what round is this? I just wanted to check, but I knew this was round 6. They said it was round 8. I was like, I'm sure it's not round 8.
I don't know why they lied for.
And then by the time everything finished, I was like, what? Is that 10 rounds? Because we were supposed to do 10 rounds. So the people that I'm asking, they're saying that it was 8 rounds that we sparred. And when I went to check around, they said it's 8 rounds. So I'm like, why is the coach? The coach was like, looked at me and said, listen, mate, I've been checking the rounds. I've been watching the clock the whole time. And I guarantee you, mate, that's 6 rounds. And I was like, no, I guarantee you that's 8 rounds. And I was like, no, that was 6 rounds. But yeah, anyway, so everyone else confirmed that we done only 8 rounds spar.
They lied.
They lied. It's all good. But on the topic of lying, we got, not on topic of lying, but we're introducing today MSB boxing. Shit. Mr. Guinea-Bissau. Mr. Guinea-Bissau. Hey.
Making a quick appearance.
If you guys don't know what Guinea-Bissau is, West Africa, it's near Cape Verde actually. It's near Cape Verde. They got them Juge books out there, innit?
They won't know about that.
They won't know about the Juge. Anyway, so today's vlog, we were gonna discuss. I was saying something, so I'm gonna say something, and then I'm gonna leave it open for you guys to talk about it. Yeah. So it's 2 things that I wanted. 2 things, but they're part and parcel of the same thing. And this is my series as well on the mental side of boxing, peeps. Yeah. In boxing, you've got 2 aspects of boxing. You've got the tangible, and you've got the intangible. What does tangible mean? Tangible are things that you can touch, feel, and see. Things that your senses can interact with. Intangible are things that the senses don't really pick up. So in boxing, you've got the tangible side of boxing, which is speed, power, technique, sharpness. So things like when you see a guy spar and you're like, oh, he looks strong, oh, he's strong. It's the physicality of it. But then in boxing, there's another side to boxing, which is things like your decision making, things like your thought process, things like the strategy that you're implementing, where you decide to move, the type of punches that you pick to throw. There's, your state of mind, how calm you are, how you breathe. Little things that people don't see. It's hard to see. So on that topic, on that note, I say one thing. In boxing, it's easy to see. Everyone can see. The hard thing to do is to observe. Observing is the hard thing. To see and to observe are 2 different things. I can see something, I can see a sparring match and see what's going on, but to observe and really understand the intricacies of the tangibles and intangibles, that's what's hard. Anyway, discuss what you lot think about that.
That's so true. I think you're really wise.
No, let's not talk about me. Let's talk about the topic thing.
So tangible, so the physicality part.
Yeah.
So as in, like, someone's really strong and stuff. Yeah. Like today in the spar, once you walked in there, we saw the first people in the ring having a spar. Like those guys, they're really physically strong. But it's a whole different it's a different game altogether, being physically strong and being mentally smart. They're 2 different things. And I feel like,
and mentally strong too, isn't it?
Mentally strong and mentally smart, yeah. And I feel like it's like saying one person's fit, the other person's smart. They're 2 complete different things. To be a complete fighter, I think you have to be both physically strong, you have to be fit, and you got to be smart. You have to be all-round fighter. Like, it's like you look at Floyd. Floyd is an all-round fighter. What Floyd has, the other fighters don't have. Floyd's really smart.
Agreed.
Like, in boxing, everyone's got to be fit. Everyone's got to be strong. Like, you can't fight unless you're fit, unless you're strong anyway. So we can't rely on that alone. And we need to be sharp. Like, we have to have a sharp mind. Yeah. And all these things, they all come into play, and I feel like it's important. But it's also about having a teacher that knows how to teach you that. Certain boxing coaches, they don't teach that. All they teach is you run up a few hills, you spar hard, and then you go home and you run and you're fit. Yeah, like, you're fit and you're ready to fight. a lot of coaches don't know how to teach someone how to be mentally smart, mentally sharp, and I feel like that's what every coach should know how to do. And I've only seen a few coaches in this game that really think about the mental side of boxing. Like you guys, Aaron McLeish, I think Aaron McLeish does. I rate someone like him. Darren Hamilton, I've seen him training Philip Bowles in the West Ham gym. Even though Dan Hamilton's really underrated, a lot of people don't really know about him yet.
And for those of you, he's a former British champion.
Yeah, a lot of people don't even know that he's a coach, but I've seen the work that he does in the gym, and I feel like once he gets the right fighter and the right platform, he's got feel, and as long as he gets on the right platform and his fighter ends up doing something, he'll be so highly rated as a coach.
Yeah.
But a lot of the coaches that we rate highly now, I don't really think they're good coaches. I don't really think they're good coaches. I feel like your physical talent, like your strength and your fitness, it can take you so far.
Even
in
your
boxing.
technique.
Yeah.
There's a limit.
Yeah, it can take you so far. No, but I'm talking about someone that hasn't got any technique. Someone that only focuses on their fitness. That can only take you so far in this game. Once you get onto that level, you always get found out. If you don't focus on the other side of the sport.
It's like Jeff Horn versus, if we talk Jeff Horn versus Terence Crawford, that was a big example. Or even if you watch any of Mayweather's last 10, 20 fights, everyone was strong. Everyone that came to fight him was strong. Everyone that came to fight him was fit. You can't say Mayweather's the strongest fighter in boxing. What he is though, he's the smartest.
I wouldn't even say that I wouldn't even say that Floyd is the
most skilled.
No, I wouldn't even say that he's the fastest in boxing.
Yeah, he's not the fastest.
We look at the hand speed.
Floyd,
Floyd's got hand speed, but Floyd doesn't rely on his hand speed. Floyd relies on the timing, and the timing will beat speed. A lot of these fighters, they got fast hands, but they don't know when to throw the shots. There's one thing having fast hands. There's another thing knowing when to throw the shots, and knowing when
what shots to throw
knowing
too.
when to throw the shots is a lot more important than just having fast hands. That's what I believe. Well, obviously, if you've got both, then that's amazing. If you've got both, that's amazing.
But if you don't get taught, you're not gonna have both, are you?
And being strong is not enough. If we watch Terence Crawford and Horn fight, I mean, that was a brilliant fight. If you guys ain't seen that fight, you need to watch Crawford versus Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn, everyone was saying how strong he is. Crawford was not only strong, not only did he out-strength Jeff Horn, but he out-maneuvered him, out-thought him, and out-boxed him completely. He dismantled the guy. And it shows you how you can't... Yeah, he beat Pacquiao, but Pacquiao, come on. Everyone's saying Pacquiao was going to beat Floyd, he was going to do this, he was going to do that. And look what Floyd did with him. No one talks about that fight no more because it was so easy for Floyd. It was probably one of his easiest fights. It was his easiest win. Floyd Mayweather had harder fights than Pacquiao. No one talks about that, but Pacquiao is strong.
And that's what the smartness of Floyd. Floyd is so smart. He knows how to make a world-level opponent look average.
Look amateur. Or novice even.
Yeah.
He makes them look novices.
Look at people like Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley is a world-class... He's a world-class fighter. Diego Corrales. He was unbeaten at the time. He was feared. And just look at him when he fought Floyd. I think on fight night he was like a stone and a half bigger than Floyd.
Big, yeah.
Look at
Canelo.
Alvarez.
Look at Canelo, yeah.
Look at Alvarez when he fought Floyd. Floyd made him look so easy.
Novice. Yeah.
And it's like, wow, this guy's smartness is on a different level.
And he didn't engage Canelo at all.
He didn't engage.
He beat him. He beat him up, but he didn't engage him like
Easy
that.
work, yeah.
It was in, out, in, out.
Yeah. That's what you were trying to say to me earlier on in the spar today.
You me?
Yeah, you see?
Both of you.
Oh,
Yeah. So, yeah, what is it? Let's talk about your sparring a bit. The thing about fighters, yeah, and in life, yeah, this is what happens. In life, we as humans want to take credit for everything. Maybe this would be a second vlog series. I don't know, I might split this. But as humans, we want to take credit for everything, yeah? So and if I do a technique or I do something, I want to take credit for it. I want to say, as the fighter, I want to be like, yeah, it's me doing it. That's the ego talking. Yeah. So when I get in the ring and spar, and I think, yeah, I want to knock this guy out, I want to dominate him, I've put the letter I in the equation. Now, my awareness only focuses on what I want. And it becomes, once you put your ego involved, it becomes toxic. It makes it harder to listen to advice from other people. It makes it harder to have perspective and awareness of what's going on. and it clouds your judgment in the sense that you can't see the bigger picture. Suddenly you become so engrossed in winning the spar, you don't realize this is just sparring. This is not really going to do that much for my career. This is a small step in a long career. It doesn't matter if I win this spar. It's not going to have a massive impact in the long run in my career. So we get so caught up in I, and that's life. Removing I from the equation is hard. That's why I said in this spar today, there was only one round where you boxed. Listen, there was one round you boxed so well, you didn't get hit with a single punch the whole round. How did that happen? That was the only round where you removed I from the equation. That round you were such in flow, there was no thought. You weren't thinking, I want to do this to him, and I want to embarrass him, and I want to punch him up, and I want to knock him out. You didn't do any of that thinking. All you did was you just let your body take over, and you flowed, and you boxed, and you dominated. But then you came back to the corner, and after seeing how good you did, you said, I'm going to knock him out. And that's when your ego, as soon as you said, I'm going to knock him out, because your ego got involved, suddenly things weren't happening as natural as they should. You interfered with the process.
I think that brings in another subject. We should do another video.
Can I just say, just to finish, we sometimes can be our worst enemies.
I think we should do our next video should be on the different types of spars, because you've got some spars that are like some spars that are like fights. Certain people I spar with, and it's like, yeah, you know, we're fun, you know. It's like anytime that I spar with Burns, like whenever I sparred with Burns,
Ricky Burns,
as soon as the round's like, yo, good spar, and he'll smile and he'll have a laugh. So when I spar Burns, like, there ain't no ego, because he's so playful, he's so
cool
like,
guy,
like if I get caught or if I don't do good in spar, we're like, you know, it was a good spar, you know, blah blah, you should work on this. And Ricky Burns is like, there is no ego at all. So when I spar him, I'm like a mirror, so there's no ego. But other people that I go in there and I spar with, because I know that they're in there and they think how they're the shit, and they're thinking, yeah, I'm gonna come, I'm gonna dominate. So I'm like, fuck you. Oh shit.
No, you can swear. It's YouTube.
Yeah, true.
I normally don't swear on my channel, guys. But I can say stuff. I'll say you'll see me swear a bit more when I'm with these guys. But
so some other people I find, I'm just like, fuck you, you're cool, you wanna fight, let's fight. Yeah, it's more like a war. I don't know, but that's a whole other subject on the different types of spars and what spars you think are good for you or not. Because I feel like me and you might have a different opinion on that. So it'll be good for us to have a chat about that and let everyone listen to it.
So what, so that'll be the next topic then. So next video we'll bring you guys to talk about, because I've got a thing or two to say about that.
Yeah.
And actually having these discussions is kind of good as well. Miguel, you want to say something? Because having these talks as trainer and boxer is actually quite enlightening, because you, as a trainer and boxer, I don't believe the trainer should be telling the fighter, this is what you're going to do and shut up and do this. I believe it's a relationship, it's a partnership. You have to work together, you have to understand the fight, and the only way to do that is to have these conversations. It's like I had a conversation 2 a.m. the other day with my girlfriend, and we were talking and blah blah blah, and she was like, we were just having our little talk. But it's nice to freshen up and be honest and lay things on the table. And with fighters it's the same thing. Fish, you're saying rather quiet, man. What do you think of the spar today?
The spar, it was alright. It's obviously, you know, the kind of sparring they had today is only sparring that's just once in a while. But usually I rather, you know, the more clinical. It's not that he wasn't clinical, it was good.
Yeah.
But them spars are good.
Some rounds, not all rounds were made equal in that
equal,
spar.
yeah. But it's due to whatever. But those kind of spars, it's just good to work like on your engine to see, you know, how many punches you can throw when you're out of it. I can see that's what he was trying to.
Yeah,
you know,
did do
them,
that. I gotta give you that.
That which is good. Well. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you need them, because throughout the whole spar, let's be honest, some of the spars, you know, haven't been the best. But
I feel like this. Okay, we should start filming the next one then, because we're gonna start talking about sparring.
Yeah,
yeah.
So shall we just carry on? Shall we stop it and carry?
Yeah,
stop it and start again? Yeah.
Yeah.